Caracalla and Geta, the two psychotic brother emperors from the movie Gladiator 2. First, to begin with the elder Caracalla. Caracalla was born a member of the ruling Severan dynasty of emperors in Lugdunum, Gaul, in what is now France, in the year 188. His family was of Carthaginian, North African Berber, and Italo-Roman origins. His father was the Emperor Septimius Severus. His father had entered the Antonine royal family when he was adopted by the Emperor Marcus Aurelius. When his father came into the throne, he was raised to co-emperor with him at the age of 9 in 198. This was done in celebration of Rome's victory over the Parthian Empire in 197. In 202, he was forced to marry Fulvia Plautilla, whom he hated for unknown reasons. He eventually had her exiled and later murdered. In 205, his younger brother Geta was appointed consul, his first office. Geta was born in 189 and was made Caesar by his father in 198, when his brother was made co-emperor. In late 209, he was made co-emperor. During a military campaign in Britannia, imperial propaganda depicted the royal family as a happy one. Caracalla was his father's second in command of the army, while Geta handled administration duties. However, a tense rivalry developed between them, and only increased when their father died in 211. Upon their father's death while on the Britannia campaign, the new co-emperor brothers made peace with the Caledonians, whom his father had been fighting there. During their journey home, the two brothers constantly argued with each other and could not bear each other's presence. Only their mother seemed to have a positive and unifying impact, for she convinced them to rule the empire jointly instead of splitting in two. As they ruled jointly, the situation deteriorated, and they would only be in each other's presence if their mother was present. Caracalla decided to strike first and attempted, but failed to kill his sibling at the festival of Saturnalia. However, a week later, on December 26, 211, Caracalla invited Geta to a peace meeting in their mother's quarters with Praetorian guards present who were loyal to Caracalla. Geta arrived with no armed escort and so was promptly stabbed numerous times and died in his mother's arms. It is not known if his mother knew of her son's plot beforehand. The now sole Emperor Caracalla did not stop with his brother's death and ordered the executions of 20,000 people whom he perceived as his brother's supporters. He also instituted a damnatio memoriae on his dead brother, which strikes the name of a person from all official government records. The new sole emperor was purportedly guilt-ridden by his brother's death and went on to lead a troubled and ineffective reign. His principal achievements were building new colossal public bath complexes which strained the treasury, and making all free people in the empire citizens, which was actually good for a change. Caracalla seemed to have an obsession with Alexander the Great, which was not uncommon for a Roman emperor, and dreamed of conquering Parthia. He even tried to emulate Alexander's army style by forming a specialized Roman unit that had elephants and formed up in the obsolete ancient Greek phalanx formation. Despite his aspirations to be a great warrior, something he felt since childhood when he accompanied his father on campaign, he was of such small physical stature that he could not bear the weight of armor. In 217, while at war with Parthia, Caracalla was on the road in what is now Turkey to visit a temple when one of his soldiers, encouraged by Macrinus, won his Praetorian guards, stabbed him to death. He was 29 years old and ruled the empire in some form or another for nearly 20 years. Also, from what we've seen of the two emperors from Gladiator 2, they got a few things wrong. The first was them being in each other's company a lot and seemingly being a psychotic duo team, which was not the real case. Other key differences I saw were the manner of their deaths and their desire to conquer distant India. This military prospect was never a realistic idea in the empire, then even though Caracalla may possibly have thought so, he did think he could conquer Parthia after all. The Romans were mostly just trying to hold off the hordes of Germanic barbarians pouring in from across the Rhine and Danube rivers, which Caracalla fought a campaign against. Also, lead poisoning and syphilis are often used as reasons for the insanity of the Roman emperors and elites, when in actuality, I like to pin good old-fashioned elite and civilizational degeneration and runaway absolute power as the culprits.